for Optic Gaming. Caitlyn traps are already laid down, and the Infernal Drake is here.
FlyQuest going for it immediately, forcing Optic to come in, try to answer this one. Acadian into the pit, peels it away. Well done by the Optic jungler. He'll pay for it with his life, but if the rest of the team can get away, you'll call that worth. Elimination targeted now by the Caitlyn from Wild Turtle. Optic back out.
Even with the Predator, they're not able to chase anyone else down. That was a pretty big steal. If Optic can keep FlyQuest from getting anything out of Baron pressure in a 5 vs 4 scenario, I think it was a very early smite from Onda, but in the meantime, they're going to start it up.
Stop torturing me.
Sion ulti's back. Optic have the potential to try to stop this. Baron already down to 2,000. It's likely going to be secured right here. Onda gets this one, and that objective is worth so much more. Baron to FlyQuest.
All right, FlyQuest are able to capitalize on the kill they got. Even though the Infernal Drake was stolen, Baron is definitely going to trump that, especially for this team with the scaling yes, here in Caitlyn. Backline is pretty much fully operational. They're ready to siege with this Baron buff right now.
That is scary, and it's really well executed from FlyQuest. I love them seeing, okay, we were in a bad trade, let's make it a good trade.
Ah, dang. Well, let's turn these lemons into lemonade. Here we go, though. This is the lemon being handed over. Acadian goes in. It's a pretty early smite, you know, gets down to 280 there, and then Acadian picks it up. But you drag him right onto a Caitlyn trap there. Well placed from Onda as well as Wild Turtle to get the change on Acadian after he takes the Infernal. Now it's up to Optic to try and stall, whereas FlyQuest really want to get multiple turrets off this buff.
All right, we've got a 1, 2, 1. The starter goes around between two of those lanes. Able to set up anywhere. Keeping the solo laners in those side lanes. Janna and Caitlyn hard to engage on those. Onda still looking. The opportunity to use that Predator to jump off cooldown in a couple of seconds. FlyQuest really want to get as much as they can off of this Baron. I mentioned earlier this game was so close that any edge that a team could find could end up determining the pace and momentum of the game for a while, and FlyQuest have found that for themselves now. 5,000 gold in the lead as Fly breaks the bottom lane here, moves them up to 4 turret count of their opponent 2. Now the rest of the team will be rotating towards mid to try to grab their 5th lane.
The longer this game goes, the more difficult it is to break through to the FlyQuest backline. The Fortress team comp here that they've built up with Janna disengaged, Azir disengaged, a couple of tanky frontliners there becomes very, very difficult to crack. You can see all the vision already being started out. Optic Gaming work on firing on the map. All the secondary turrets are being taken down. The defense is slowly but surely drifting away.
Vision score comparison screen of the player's drink. It's very similar for top lane, mid lane, AD carry. There's an edge in the support role by 20 for elimination, but look at the jungle. 94 for Onda, 64 for Acadian. Onda putting in a lot of work this game to make sure that his team has one of the most effective ways at snowballing a lead and making sure your opponents can't find a way back into the game. I really like the fact that he's focusing on it this hard, especially when he's playing that pure kind of like what you talked about if you're building QSS, find ways to still be effective in the game and setting up that sort of routine.
Touch me.
The classic meatball with wards. On the
Yes,
top side
sir.
though, Fly is actually going hard on Zig here.
Tries to make the moves happen, gets the flash out of that tanky top laner.
The ult was
Onda
used.
shows up here, pulls him right back. Turtle chimes in just to have his
I
say.
like the
Fly
happy
grabs
ones.
himself the kill. Onda
have
running
so
away.
much
Doesn't want to
fun.
get turned into a lobster bisque by a zombie. Nope.
Okay.
He's fine.
All right, now it's going to be a power play. The Baron buff will time out. Death Rush being set up. Are they going to get round 2?
All right, Canadian says this is the guy we're going to pull the trigger on. Finds the stun, plenty of CC, arrow. Cashing in, finally, those stacks of adoration. 3,000 gold in the inventory.
Onda's going to have nightmares anytime he walks by any brush. Like, oh god, are there 5 Syndra balls stacked up? Oh, there's 5 people in there.
This team has 6 deaths total, and 4 of them are Onda because he keeps being the guy who unfortunately walks by the 5-man death brush. Acadian and the rest of Optic back.
Look both ways before you cross the brush.
We've got lots of traffic and general Putting up some of those traps there in the mid lane. Really effective control around the neutral objectives, like you mentioned earlier, as well as this there in the lanes. Optic still finding themselves down 4,500 gold, despite the pickup, despite the adoration pass they got for their carry. In the hole, this could be annoying.
Mind if I slip into something
Or feel real nice.
Plus, they don't want to have to deal with this long-range siege anymore. I mean, the Caitlyn Azir outranges them on these turrets. They're slowly going to whittle away. They're slowly going to lose more and more gold, more and more territory. So they got to kind of pull it.
I don't break hearts.
Out of one of these runs, out of the fog of war somewhere,
cages.
jump on FlyQuest to make this composition start to crumble. You know, figure out a way to get inside the cracks here and past that front line.
Same time, looking at neutral objectives, looking at ways to
They love
break
to
your
watch
opponent's
me
plan.
leave.
You got Baron coming up in 90 seconds. So effective on a carry. FlyQuest starting up the break for himself. Optic. Okay, of course, Optic have just been relegated to defense. Ever since that first Baron was taken, these guys have shifted to a purely defensive mindset. Not seeing any attempts at
People
making
have
things
too
happen. They're
many
just
emotions.
content, seemingly
What
holding
are
their
you
ground,
supposed to
trying to
do
board up
with
their own
these?
jungle and staunch.
Yeah, it's a very difficult situation to be in where the other team is controlling vision so well, but your way back in the game through a surprise play. So all of those options are limited. No real opportunity as they continue to bleed away control. FlyQuest very happy with the progression of this game. Turns out, little great getting solo was the best thing to happen to him. Go up there, grab the Baron instead. And now they've got the control. They're the ones in the driver's seat, and the drivers should be moving straight up to siege once again. They have to worry about any sort of flanks, though. This is a level 16 Scion. Ultimates
So,
are definitely
they
ready
like
here
it
for Optic
rough.
to actually find someone out of position.
FlyQuest making it ever harder to find them out of position, though. You've got your Maw of Malmortius completed now. Fourth item on the Caitlyn. Banshee's Veil on that Azir means you've got to pop that before you can even hope to initiate
How
onto
their
him.
screams.
I really do like the itemization. Here we go!
Oh, Turtle getting himself caught out, tries to get away, does survive for now. Not going to be taken down first. Acadian drops, though, as well. Fly looking to chase this down even further. Optic local members on the run. There's so much damage output here from FlyQuest. Massive Mega Gnar from Flame going to send two to their fates as Arrow and Power of Evil, the last men standing, trying to get away. Zig's body counts half a man standing, but it won't be up for long. Power of Evil can be stripped there down to 1/3 of his HP. FlyQuest moving over there.
Yeah, that should be the objective afterwards. Unless Power of Evil makes a very
is the
risky
meaning of
play to
life.
walk near with a QC or something like that. Probably should not.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
But FlyQuest, that just goes to show how strong of a comp they have at this stage of the game with this big lead. Optic Gaming, they found their little opening. You know, they found one of the cracks right to a carry. They got the initiation on a turtle, but he uses all his summoners, and the support here sacrifices himself to save Turtle.
You really
Janet goes
don't
in,
know
stun,
someone till you've
ultimate,
seen them
and
fight
as long as he
for
keeps
months.
Turtle and Fly alive, then he's chased down for the rest of the FlyQuest members. Flame coming up with a really good secondary engagement on Gnar, and then also has his leftover stopwatch, I believe, there for that last immunity.
And it wasn't just Turtle summoner spells.
Is
Gale's
overwhelmed
Crucible
by the
stun to
agony.
help him escape
Now,
that season.
come on,
Big
touch me.
But every carry teams their support will be lay his life down for that experience. FlyQuest once again setting themselves up. Setting themselves up to control. Got a Baron buff. Zig, okay, there you go, Kobe. There's your stun at ulti into the wall. Not quite finding anything. Stun getting himself away. Onto stunned up. Again, the Skarner, the target. Optic take him down. Power of Evil on a rampage with that kill.
It's hard to navigate corners with that Scion, but they do find the pick anyways. They corner off another. Onda does go down, and they do have now 5 vs 4, but Turtle with this Baron buff, pressure on the top side. Wow Flame on the Gnar, still pushing bottom.
How about a kiss?
Scion ulti on a 39-second cooldown. He's just about up again, ready to go. He can use that to charge through the trap line, just like you're seeing here. Right towards Wild Turtle, finds the stun, into yet another stun, into a winner's fight. That is all she wrote. Unstoppable for power of evil. So you can't stop him, you can't stop Flame from taking the turret either. If her turret number 1 goes down, Arrow with some more auto attacks on the fly. Flame backs himself away. Guardian Angel is armed and ready. Not in any real danger here.
Yeah, that was a conscious choice by FlyQuest. Even though they had lost a member, they wanted to get value out of the Baron buff. They wanted to get inside the inhibitor line here. So with mid lane heavily weakened and bottom lane turret actually gone, FlyQuest now do have a way to end out this game with continued press, even though they had a couple of picks there. So Turtle sacrificed in order for Flame to get the bottom inhibitor turret.
Hate and love
Now,
are just
obviously,
two
gaming,
words for
trying to
passion.
find some area to work with. Again, we keep mentioning how important the vision is for them to find those picks. The Deathbrush have been, semi-successful in at least getting the picks. At this stage in the game, they would be able to take more than just the couple of kills that they gotten with those picks and try and turn things.
You know, I want to give credit to Optics carries here as well. If you look at Power of Evil and you look at Arrow,
Comes to the quick.
0 deaths between them. These two have done a wonderful job of keeping themselves away from the
Things I'm gonna do.
by not only the damage, but the engagement potential for both Garner and the Nars. So, despite how far behind they feel in terms of the momentum of the game, they have done well on a micro level, positioning in the fight, making
You're
sure
so
they're where
hot
they need to
when
be,
you're
being
hurt.
a part of the ball plan. 7 out of 9 so far, 6 for that AD carry, but FlyQuest looking to put a death on this guy. Good lord, man, that damage.
And it's probably going to be Elder Dragon will be very dangerous for Arrow's trying to lifesteal off the Raptors right now, and he got a decent amount of health back. He's still missing a large chunk, but FlyQuest don't have the weapons. They're scaling quite nicely here. Not only is he zero monster in the late game, but Syndra, as you point out, has made a start attack with his USS. USS is going to turn into a sword, which is very effective. They don't use swords.
Elder Drake just absolutely melted by Azir and Garner together.
Before the
That objective,
The
not
height
too
of their
difficult to take when
happiness
you've got a
is
5.5
the
item
depth
Azir.
of their pain.
Garner tanking it up, making it so Azir's not under any threat either. Always
I
helps.
like to watch.
Randuin's Omen on Onda, something I want to point out is it's different from what you're seeing a lot of play better for better for allowing you to craft critical goal, but Randuin's Omen is for actually taking up.
And I think it's significantly better after the enemy carries both
It's
have
better
USS,
in the
right?
dark.
Your speed from the Dead Man's Plate is all about getting that goal onto one of the carries rather than having the goal one of the tanks. And now he just wants the survivability to try and live through Drake's blitz. There's
All my
Good choice
exes
here
are
in this
dead.
situation. Here's FlyQuest once again
What they
pushing
don't
up
know
in this
is
building. They've got
pressing
exposed
up,
inhibitor
let
bottom.
your guard down.
They want to try to put the last hit into this inhibitor turret. They've got a 9,000 gold. Got all those dragons burning away. I think they should have the damage to
When
break this
just a
one
little
open.
pain did the
But
trick.
can they execute?
They all look the same in the dark.
Potential here between Zig and Acadian. Sion's a unique champion in that he really can shut down that trap wall from Caitlyn, still engage through it like most other champions struggle to do. But don't you think FlyQuest can make it easy?
And then you run into the problem where the rest of the team struggle to get over it behind you to follow up on your inhibitor. Here we go, though. Turret very low, and FlyQuest taking another chunk out of it.
All right, one more big hit from Caitlyn should do it. But Turtle doesn't want to step up too far on this one, especially when Flame's just being given free firing time onto the bottom lane inhibitor itself. Turtle, it's the last auto attack into that mid lane inhib, and now it's a
Just
two-pronged
looking
attack.
back.
In the Optic Gaming base, Flame continues to auto attack into that bottom lane inhibitor. Onda and the rest of Fly just positioning themselves further forward, making sure they seem threatening. Now Flame can rotate over. A couple of auto attacks from Turtle take Arrow down to half
Sneak
HP.
around.
And all of a sudden, the prospect of a fight doesn't seem promising at all for Optic, at least until Arrow can heal back up off these minions. Rotation toward the top side. Nice pick there by Power of Evil. Finding stun. Back to what you said, Kobe. Katana, very effective at healing for others. Sometimes can't feel for herself.
Can't feel a one-shot. Gets stunned up and takes it down. That is going to buy a tiny bit of breathing room, but FlyQuest still with an insane grip on this game. 10 seconds left on the Baron, but even though they killed the support, Optic has no business heading over to that side of the map. They just have to try and push out the super minions as far as they can so they can get a little bit of breathing room.
Braum going to be spotted out there.
Hate? No. I heard the note of love.
Secure vision why they have a chance, but FlyQuest has many members in mid lane
They
still
decided-
are trying to rush to the Baron.
They have no other options, but FlyQuest are going straight for the Nexus.
FlyQuest say, all right, you want Baron? We're just going to take the base instead. Flame and Onda onto Nexus turret. Decide to make the pull happen onto Zig. Optic have retreated. They decide to go for the fight here. Draven ulti comes down. Onda going to be caught out. More damage onto him. Once again, taken down. The Skarner Fly running away. Turtle as well. Gaining over the wall. Finds the lockdown onto Fly. Blast away. Still getting himself out for now. Shuffles that enemy jungler backwards. Optic still seeing if they can do anything here, but the counterattack begins. You've got the damage, you've got the range. Wild Turtle bringing the pain here on the Optic Gaming front line. They pop the Guardian Angel for Flame. He's going to be resurrected in just a moment. Narbar is full. Power of Evil taking down Stun yet again. The gameplay button has been pressed.
But again, the minions during that fight did a lot of damage to the Nexus turret, and Optic Gaming are running out of resources here. Baron is still available, so FlyQuest, after they get their jungler back and support revive, could easily return to this area of the map. Optic Gaming, though, again, they just think of one step at a time right now. Every little victory here buys them a bit more time to try and come up with that good play. Now, their risk tolerance is risen to the roof because there are so few options for them. They're willing to go for it. They're going to rush down this Baron. Should be able to get it as well.
Never say die. Go for something, because you know just sitting and waiting is a guaranteed loss. Optic grab themselves Baron and buy themselves a bit more time here in this game. The defense will continue. This is deja vu, Kobe. The defense into your opponent's seemingly endless control.
There's another look at FlyQuest. Enter the posturing around Baron of Optic with some pressure onto the Nexus, but then Optic, again, they're the team with all the engage. This is the hard engage, there's a disengage here, and they're able to catch the main command and get one kill. However, in this extended chase corridor, they then delay a lot. FlyQuest are able to area them on the way out, allowing the Minions time to weaken the Nexus thread there. Just kind of keeping them around a little bit. Guardian Angel gets popped there for Flame, and then Power of Evil over the wall, stacking up a couple more spears. Finds stunts once again with the ultimate, and is able to get another kill for the team.
All four carries this game, Kobe, are full build. Turtle's so far full build that he's actually gone ahead and sold the boots. And that means that every other person in the game, including the other two carries on the enemy team, can be killed in the blink of an eye. You make one misstep, you are dead. This game is balancing on a knife's edge.
Like this play from Optic, they don't have time, so they're going for the only opening they got.
Pop the Banshee's Veil first, that's what's got to be done. Fly gets himself over the wall, though.
Well, swing and a miss.
Yep, a good attempt, but now FlyQuest gets their counterattack opportunity here in the bottom lane, pushing on to Nexus turret number one. Flame will take that one down. Zig firing off the ulti, looking to find Flame on that one. Flash away, keeps the little Yordle alive. Optic, 2 inhibitors down. Third about to be exposed. If FlyQuest have their way with the nation, just in time to protect it. More auto attacks like this to take that one down. More shields for stun. Jungle, making sure they can keep that valuable carry alive. 498 farm. 43 minutes on Absolutely insane value. Problem is, once you're at 6 items like this, no boots, not really going to do a lot for you. Not anymore. Flame over the wall, keeping himself safe from Zig yet again. On the top side, just
I like the happy ones.
So your turret may still be dead.
very in the corner right now. Very tanky. Still have the opportunity to pull anybody's overextend. do have Mercurial Scimitar on both your Syndra
They all look
and
the
your
same
Draven.
in the dark.
Like you said, that Skarner tax feels really bad for the Syndra right now. Happen to have that item. It definitely does nothing for her damage output.
Play more later.
All right. How Optic band together. The FlyQuest know they have time on their side. That's why they're taking this one so slowly. They don't have to rush into it. Got them pinned up. They're not going to get any stronger. Like you said, Syndra can't fit any more items in. No more DPS going to come through. So they just continue to strangle out any of the extra resources here, closing in the vision on both sides of the jungle.
Optic know that their carries can't get any stronger, but maybe the front line can. Granted, you're up against a 6-item Caitlyn, 6-item Azir, so an extra tank item maybe means you survive 2 more auto attacks. Those 2 auto attacks could be what you need to walk out with a win here. For Optic, considering every fight for the past, what, in or around their base, one big catastrophic loss to the game. Your opponents are already knocking at the door. You've got to make sure that everything from this point on is flawless, or at least hold the line. FlyQuest playing so close. Elder Drake spawning in under 90 seconds now. FlyQuest is waiting for. They have 1 Drake for the match. Isn't a huge bonus, but you're keeping it at the hands of your opponent,
like
and you're giving yourself that extra edge that just might be enough. Honda will continue on vision clearing duty. I talked about his vision score earlier, comparing it to Acadians. He's now up to 179, which is the most in the game. And of course, a big part of that is zombie wards. Those inflate the vision score quite a lot. Coming from the FlyQuest jump.
The things we whisper at the top.
Both Optic carries do have it. Turtle also. That means that's 2 gathering storms for 1. Storm advantage over for Optic game. Gathering Storm takes every 10 minutes on that 10-minute mark. So slightly under 4 minutes from now, you already see another big damage boost for Power of Evil, Arrow, and Turtle. It's moments like these where Fly on his ear, you know, he took Storm. It's moments like these where you're like, I should have took Gathering Storm.
Like, that feels pretty bad.
The
FlyQuest
night is
pushing up the
my
mid lane though. They've got themselves the Azir turret to protect themselves under. One sight. Zig gonna be forced back from the Mega Gnar. Flame wants to put auto attack.
Taking down the turret.
He
He's got
doesn't
1.
even care.
He's got 2. He's moving around the outside.
Keep on count. Keep on count. Tries to jump over the wall and nope. All right, wait. Is he stuck?
I feel their looks like hot
2 versus 1. He's got him
They
against the
feel
wall.
my
He's down. He's gonna get back up.
Get up, but it doesn't
2.
matter. FlyQuest have got the Elder Drake themselves with their little prehistoric portal is history.
Flame is not happy with that trade. It's just a late game. Drake over there, but it does feel bad to lose your GA. Here's the initiation on a turtle, actually.
Feel even worse to lose your AD carry. Thing is, stun again, gonna be there on that. Mikhail's Crucible keep the team safe, but now he's once more the sacrificial lamb. Power of Evil, grabbing a legendary spree off of that. Optic now has 5v3 for 30 seconds.
Optic may be trapped, but they are making a hard fight here. And Power of Evil goes for
Power of Evil deletes him! The power of the Syndra, I don't give a damn! If he has a Mercurial Scimitar, he's still got the damage he needs.
Optic Gaming are just willing their way out of this corner right now. They make the pick on the Flame. They gave up the Elder Dragon, didn't even care because they're taking down the kills, and now they've got a death timer to work with on Turtle. 44 seconds left. They're looking to finish.
You've still got to break through Fly's Azir. He's got to hold the line here, though. Optic pushing up. They've got 5 men strong. Power of Evil going to be taken low. Elimination low now as well. Zig teleporting into the fight. Going to drop the Decimate. Interrupted by Onda. Flame still looking to defend on this one, too. Optic still trying to end this game. Locket of the Iron Solari will protect the rest of the team. Fly doing the damage. But now it's Flame in the back line. And the counterattack has been realized. Fly cuts him to pieces. Arrows are taken down. A death was so low, but so far away. A triple kill for FlyQuest. They ace Optic Gaming.
Oh man, Optic they played so hard to get out of that end game. They picked off the top laner, ran down the middle, got another pick, 2 more power view blast in, but in the end, they were a couple autos short of finishing off that Nexus, and now FlyQuest will be able to run it back. What an ending to this game. So much fight there left in Optic. But in the end, FlyQuest are going to be able to move up the standings.
After last game, I figured that would be the best ending of the day. Then they gave us this. Truly an effort from Optic Gaming. What a defense, but FlyQuest, 49 minutes in, will claim their win here today.
One touch with desire. That's all I need.
Optic came closer than I think
It's better in the dark.
anyone expected after seeing how that game had played out for the past 30 minutes to winning that game. Like you said, that was 1-2 auto attacks away, depending on who hit it, from going down. What a counterattack, what a push. I love the fact that they were willing to go for it. I love the fact that this team was willing to risk their Nexus turrets for a Baron because they knew they couldn't give another one up. I love that attitude when you're playing from behind to just go for it because you can't sit there and wait. But FlyQuest controlled the game well ever since they got that first Baron. Like you said, the blessing in disguise of losing the Infernal Drake. They had such control.
Definitely a close one to end out the day on. And past the halfway point here now with the North American LCS as we come to a close for this week. Congratulations there to FlyQuest, moving up the standings, getting that win and that separation that is very important on that borderline of the playoffs cutoff.
Especially, like I said earlier, how close both of these last 2 games today were. We had 4 teams that are all sitting around a very similar scoreline right now. And the contests between them showed why those scorelines are so close, because they seem so evenly matched. Every win could be the difference between going to the playoffs and watching from home.
Yeah, stunt there. I'm glad he can laugh about now. Getting one shot over and over by Stricker. He's like, I mean, at that stage, you just got me again, over the wall.
What am I supposed to do?
That's the life of the sport. You gotta take this back to like a couple years ago, you know, where it was the support Cyrus running around, Syndra was meta, one-shot supports were happening. That was We don't see that often, but
Yeah, they don't quite get
that
that
nice touch.
But
Yeah.
once Syndra comes back, I mean, you start to see things
Most
like
people
this.
like to see a Jenna getting one shot.
I mean,
A lot of people enjoy that.
It's a montage that a lot of people would like to tune into. I can respect that, but
Waiting to be
popping the
turned
Janna over and over again, and then at the end, making the flash, the pop turtle that almost set up the win for Optic Gaming. It was a crazy effort from them, but now we're going to send things down to Avali and FlyQuest.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Stunt. What an amazing end to that game. In times like that, how do you keep your composure?
You don't. You use the adrenaline and use it to fuel playmaking and shot calling, and the rotations just really matter near the end of the game.
Wonderful. And we didn't get to see you yesterday, but today you came in, you looked confident. How does it feel to be back in the LCS?
Pretty good. Today the draft was pretty revolving around our bot lane picks, the Caitlyn Janna, and the team put a lot of confidence into me to like execute that pick at the first tower and get those early objectives. And so I felt a lot of responsibility to make this game like work out.
A little bit on the team dynamic. What are the, if any, benefits of having a substitute?
Benefits, you feel kind of pressured in your role, so for some people that could be harder potential. So that's a benefit, and also if there's champions, you know, you can have one person like really good at carries, one person good at tanks, you know. Those are benefits.
Now working towards your full potential, what goals do you have for yourself for the rest of the split?
We want to make and this game was really important. Having you kind of shot at it, so I'm really happy that we won.
Congratulations again on that win, Stunt. And to wrap up the day, let's hear it from the guys at the State Farm Analyst Desk.
Come on, touch me.
Thank you very much, Avali. We heard it from Stunt there as those late game, nail-biting team fights. There's no composure. There's no, it's adrenaline-based shot calling and reactive movements at best.
The last two games today as well, all came down.
So before we even attempt to break this one down, I just want to take another look at that crazy ending. The base defense mounted by FlyQuest put together the final victory of Week 5 and moving to 4 and 6.
This was such a close game. I kind of respect Optic deciding, like, it's do or die here. We don't want to reset a couple more times and deal with Flames for pushing. So they try and end the game here. And things are looking all right. It's a little unfortunate that Nick has his ultimate to kind of chase down before, and then he just gets pulled into the turrets and focused down, and eventually Flame's going to hit Mega and jump in, and that's one of the key parts of this defense.
There's a Sedge ultimate, even though he had cleanse. He's able to get cleanse on his own. Never Meganar is able to get Power People, but also the fact that they cleared the minions early, and then a near save by Arrow there as he got ulted away from FlyQuest. When we were watching it live, we thought it was going to be the zombie Scion.
Right, we actually were in all the mess with it. Hard to tell whether or not that was zombie Scion or Scion in actuality. You can see the heartbreak on the faces of the Optic Gaming squad. As you said, that is one of those stabs at victories after some pretty big playmaking inside of someone like Power People. We'll get to that in just a moment. Before we do, there was one piece that I wanted to throw. Yesterday we had an interview with Arrow in which he was very vocal about the pick that he chose for himself yesterday in the Draven. It made its appearance again today. Let's take a look at what his thoughts were on this pick.
Thank you. I'm happy with this winning my Draven. Yeah, really happy.
Did you come in today thinking, I'm gonna play Draven?
Yes, for sure. 100%.
She's at 100%.
Yeah.
And
Carried over to today, too, I think.
yeah, maybe FlyQuest listened to that and said, well, let's just take early Caitlyn, and then he picked Draven into it. One of the biggest counter picks to Draven is Caitlyn, and this is one of those times where you cast your mind way back to a couple interviews with Zabutin early in the split. He was talking about his coaching style being very like, whatever the players want, that's pretty much what they're going to get. And this is a time where you probably should have stepped up and said no, because this whole early game was dictated off the fact that you got blasted in lane and lost their turret early on.
Yeah, they picked Varus in this game, and they probably win because they don't fall 100 CS down and have that supercharged Caitlyn with the Janna that early on in the game. Because as you mentioned, I think it's a bit of a double-edged sword too, because Syndra is kind of a Power People pick that a lot of people aren't sure. And he nearly solo carried the game with it, which is what you're hoping the Arrow is going to do on Draven.
Right. His only death was in that final team fight around the Nexus here for Power People.
And it's worth noting that he was the single reason why FlyQuest couldn't close that game out earlier. He found stunts a couple of times. He found a couple other people. Great mid 2v2 as Fly had not actually built the Merc Treads first, which most Azirs do in that matchup, so he gets popped really easily in the skirmishes. And then, yeah, Power People now is a 2-0-1. He has an Infernal Dragon ticking, and they just completely play around to the entire game.
Right. Yeah, really good brush camps, constantly stacking. This play was insane.
The Merc
Scimitar pays off, lands the flash alt
That's
WD.
through the Mom Mortius too, yeah.
So Power People did everything humanly possible probably in that situation to win his team that game, but he was
Still lost.
He was playing with such deficits because he had two losing side lanes when they had counterpicked in the bot lane. They did not need to let that happen. Like I said, Varus works well with that team. It was just a little sad to see them so hard stuck on that Draven for not really a great reason.
Right, some criticism levied for that pick, but on the flip side, as Stunt brought up, the entire team comp revolved around that Caitlyn Janna, making sure that they were taking those turrets early, opening up the map. When we saw the prowess of the Siege potential in the late game, map control at the end hit is down, and they made it that much harder for Optic to find their avenues to victory.
Yeah, Flame had some pretty heady split pushing as well, escaping Scion ult after Scion ult. He also was over 100 CS up on his opponent.
How you guys feeling about Scion ult?
Looking a little like it's good
For the high 1 and 2 on the day, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can clearly see people found success with it, because that's all of the situations in which they picked, and that was when Camille stepped up. I think when we switch package in 2 weeks, it's going to change again. I think we're going to keep seeing Scion, actually, because it does neutralize okay, but it's still a bit tanky.
Yeah, I want to see a little more of it. Maybe in scrims where it's a little bloody, if you don't practice it's more effective at engaging on fights, and here in the more controlled environment, it doesn't happen as often.
The last thing to talk about here is that the 4 and 6 FlyQuest had put in Stunt again today, and although I know he was the target of a lot of those picks, which extended the game, Jat, you were pretty vocal about thinking that FlyQuest looks better when he's in as opposed to JJ.
Yeah, especially when they have Fly in the game as well, because Fly likes to rotate around a lot of lanes, and I think Stunt is a really strong player. I think his map play is a little bit questionable at times. You can see him like he wasn't really sure out, but he's really solid.
FlyQuest 4-6, Optic 3-7 as we wrap up the day. Let's see how the teams rank among one another. Xbox City alone at first at 9-1, while Cloud9 slipped to second at 12, and they're 2-0 weak and a tie for third. Red Team Liquid is dropping into a tie for 8th place in Analog Gaming and Optic. So bring us to your guys' predictions for the day. Mark,
I saved us.
I don't know about that.
No, I did. Believe me, if I stayed FlyQuest, that last-second base push defense,
It
that
would have
FlyQuest
ended
pulled,
in favor of Optic.
Optic would have won. We'd be 0-5. And luckily, I took the bullet for Jat, so he could go up 2 wins over
guy,
me.
Mark.
Yeah, anytime.
We now have 2 people, 2 objects that have been 0-5 in a day.
Right,
Mark
one is Mark.
and a coin. So,
Hey,
luckily I haven't done that yet.
You've been relegated
I
to
view
an
us as a
inanimate
unit.
object.
We're a unit here, and I really helped Jat out today. You know, support lifestyle,
Crazy day, though. I mean, if Optic would have won that game,
which is close.
then every matchup would have been decided by who has been in the LCS for less time, right? All the younger teams, aside from that last game, won. Like TSM, COG, C9, Liquid, all lost. So as much as there is that old guard or old boys club that people were talking about, this is actually, I think the last upset day we had was very similar teams losing.
Right.
Those teams are actually starting to struggle, and I think that's what one people were looking for a lot when franchising came in, is like, we'll wait for these new orgs to start picking up some wins. It's kind of starting sooner than people thought.
Right. Yeah.
Right. But again, I think that can largely be attributed to the fact that while, yes, we had new orgs come in, almost or all orgs went through a major restructuring when it comes to their roster, right? And so we're still seeing some of that evidence